guess I'll just say a couple words about me, which is that I'm a lifelong New Jerseyan. So I grew up in Red Bank, live in Red Bank, went to Drew down the street, and I work in Morristown now. And for the past few years, I've been writing poetry that comes from the perspective of coming of age as a woman in this particular moment and place and time. And so I touch on themes like the spectrum of sexual harm that we've heard a lot about in the Me Too movement, and relationships and being both independent and interdependent with other people. But I think I'm always just trying to get at what it means to be human and wrestling with questions that are really timeless and universal. This is just my particular lens. This one is called Valentine's Day 2018. And I wrote it after I was reading all of that horrible news coverage of the shooting in Parkland, and I read that the assistant football coach, Aaron Weiss, died shielding students from bullets with his body. Body closed over another body like petals, laid down like a tablecloth. Blank check or deck of cards, body closed over another body so that body could go home again. Break bread again, fold over another body again, like it's the last thing they will do. Again, I think about how many times each day I could lay myself down, assume a posture of care, feel that I am not just my own, close my mouth around stinging words and swallow, fold my arms not across my chest, but across the backs of those I would love, to help carry them from this moment to the next. It is not the time to wait anymore. It is the time to practice and practice and practice. So I do like lots of different things for the festival. I do a lot of some administrative stuff, online stuff, social media, communications, and I just love being able to, like, sometimes my job for the day will be to sit down and read a bunch of poetry for whatever reason. Maybe we're putting together a packet of poems for one of our high school mini festivals or one of our teachers' reading groups. And so getting to like really deeply engage with poetry and meet poets is really incredible. I think that's a really good question. Like, anxiety is a topic that I have written a little bit of poetry about, but is it something that's harder for me to write about, and I'm trying to write about it more. And I think one of the best things I've heard about that type of writing is that you should write from scars, not from open wounds. So I've heard people say that if you get up on a stage and you are sharing something that's like so fresh, then the audience feels like they have to help you. Rather than, you know, if you're writing from a scar where you've been able to process it a little bit. I think it's just really true that if you're writing from a really raw place and everyone's like, oh, that sucked, you know, like you're just going to be in a worse place. So I think it is important to write about with a little bit of distance and a lot of like just self-respect and self-care, taking care of yourself and making sure you don't owe it to anyone to tell them anything. So I think that's really important.